Hello everybody, this is Lee Forrest at Jud Kuhn Chevrolet in Little River, South Carolina. And what you have behind us is an example from our classic car division, Jud Kuhn Classics. This is a 1962 Chevrolet Corvette, which for the most part, not such an unusual car. There are several 62s that are available. But this particular one is a car that needs a little explanation. In 1957, the Tangier Shrine Club was established in Omaha, Nebraska. And that was a group of local businessmen, 11 to 13, 15 guys, that from the next 20, 25 years, every year would order a new Corvette, and they would all be identical. So from 1957 forward, those guys would order 12 or 13 identical Corvettes. In 1962, the head of that group happened to have a relationship with the gentleman that oversaw the production of the Corvettes. And they made a deal that they would allow them to build 13 identical Corvettes in any GM color that they chose. And they happened to choose a Cadillac color, which was amethyst purple, and GM at that time elected to shut down assembly line and produce 13 identical Corvettes, all amethyst purple, which was a Cadillac color, with red interior. Now, according to the documentation, that is the only time that General Motors has stopped production and built identical cars with sequencing VIN numbers in a non-Corvette color. So there was 13 built. As far as what we understand, that there is only 2 known to exist, one outside of Atlanta and then one here at Jud Kuhn Chevrolet. So it's a fully restored 1962 amethyst purple, red interior, 1 of 13. This car is fully documented with the awards from the Bowling Green Corvette Museum. This car has spent over 2 years in the museum. We have a plaque and certification from the museum thanking for them to allow them to have the car. It is then went to a couple of different owners, which are all documented, and then in the mid to early 80s, a gentleman bought the car, sent it to a restoration shop to begin the restoration. It was silver at that time, silver with red interior, and as they started disassembling the car, the restorer had enough foresight to understand that when he started seeing that purple color on the interior door panels, under the upholstery, that sort of thing, to stop what he was doing, contact some Corvette judges. They came out to the vehicle and verified that it was, in fact, one of the Shriner's purple Corvettes from 1962 that you can Google and see immediately on the internet. They did precision driving with those Corvettes and parades and that sort of thing. So it's a highly documented car, photoed from the beginning of the restoration all the way through to the end. Again, plaques and certifications from the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, and it's quite an automobile. Just take a look. Again, it's a 327 250 with a manual transmission. I can pop the hood for you here. Again, you can see the condition of the motor, the original air breather, restored back to, again, its original quality in the early 90s, and it had been put up since then. If you look around, come around to the interior, that's that famous red interior with amethyst purple with red. They got an interior designer. I think they had 2 or 3 options as far as the interior color that would go with the amethyst purple, and the designer at that time chose the red. Come on around to the trunk. The documentation that we have the car is substantial. Again, here's the letter that was, or the plaque, if you will, that was put on the car in the museum, 1 of 13 built for the Tangier Shrine Corvette Patrol. Again, in the Cadillac Royal Heather Mist or Heather Amethyst Purple. We have the plaque that was offered to the owner of the car in appreciation for letting the museum have the vehicle. Back in 1983, it was featured on the cover of the Corvette Restorers magazine, again the 1962 Omaha Tangier Shrine Corvettes. It was also mentioned, or also on the calendar. And then as far as service records, we have service records on the car all the way back into the mid 80s, where every repair order and everything has been done to the car. Documentation is everything on one of these vehicles to show that you can prove what you really have. There's the service records, and then we also have the restoration photos that started when the car was originally silver, and then they came across and found the purple paint in the door panels and such, and then carries it all the way through to the car was finished as it sits now in the amethyst purple. So again, 1962 Shriner's car. Google it. Google Shriner's 1962 purple Corvettes, it'll pop up all over. This one's been certified and guaranteed through the Historical Museum at Bowling Green to be the real deal. One of 13 produced, the only time that General Motors has stopped the production line and built 13 sequential cars identical in the Corvette line and then painted them a non-Corvette color. So if you're a collector, if you want something that is desirable, you want something that nobody else has, this is a wonderful piece of history in wonderful condition, and it's here at Jud Kuhn Chevrolet. We'd love to have you just come out and take a look at the car. It's in the showroom. Again, Jud Kuhn Classic Cars in Little River, South Carolina. If you have questions, my name is Lee Forrest. My email address is lee@Jud Kuhn Chevrolet. My phone number here at the store is 843-399-4400. And if you have questions or if you'd like to see more photos, just call us up and we'll provide those photos to you in a timely manner and get you anything that you may need. Again, Jud Kuhn Chevrolet, Little River. We'd love to have you out and take a look at the car. Have a great day.